up, YouTube Dog Pound Nation? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the morning rant. Got a great video for you guys this morning. We're going to talk about some free agent defensive tackles, and there's a trade in there too that we're going to talk about that I think the Cleveland Browns could bring in this offseason that would make this front four stout. But before we get into all that, you know, stopping by for the very first time and you want to join the family, take that time right now, hit that subscribe, hit that like, and hit that notification bell. So please join the family. New channel, Browns fan to another. Please hit that like. It helps my video. So right now, hit that like. Truly appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. So let's get into this video. I'm here at work. I wanted to take a little bit of time, drop a quick video on a little break that I'm doing right now. Because, I've been thinking about this all weekend, that we need to shore up this defensive tackle position once and for all. I've mentioned before, we have not had a solid defensive tackle room since Sheldon Richardson, Larry Ogunjobi, and that wasn't like an elite, defensive tackle room or anything like that, but it was manageable and we could tolerate it. These last season or two has been unreal, we cannot go another season watching what we watched last year. It was embarrassing. It was frustrating. It was like watching paint dry. It was aggravating. It was unacceptable. All right. So these are some defensive tackles that the Browns can either throw a trade for or bring in free agency. And I'm going to add a couple other guys at the end that are not defensive tackles, but free agents that I think that would definitely the Cleveland Browns can use for depth. But my first defensive tackle on my list is Fletcher Cox from the Philadelphia Eagles. This is one of my top guys here because he is very, very familiar with the Jim Schwartz defense. And, he's 32 years old. I get it. He's a little up there in age, which is a kind of a plus because this dude still has gas in the tank. He's still playing at a great level, high level. Not an elite level, but a high level. This past year, I think he was making in the range 14 mil. I believe the Browns can get him for about 8 max this year, 8 mil. Maybe we'll throw some incentives in there. Due to his age, I think it's going to, that's what it's projected. So it's going to be interesting. Excuse me. So we'll see. He had, in his career with his whole career was with the Philadelphia Eagles. He had 65 sacks, 13 fumble recoveries, 57 quarterback pressures, and the dude, he's been a stud, a solid DT his whole career. Again, he's not a free agent. He is a player that we would have to trade for, but I think it would be a solid trade. And it would be a trade that would not break the bank. Another guy over there in Philadelphia, but that is a free agent that may break the bank, is Javon Hargrave. He is a solid elite defensive tackle that has played at a high level. He's got a high motor. He's great at the quarter. He's great at stopping the run. He's great at putting pass rush up the middle. Dude's a solid player all around. Dude's not getting bullied off the ball, off the line. He would be one if we were going to spend some money at that position, which I don't think we are. He would be a great addition as well. Again, he is a free agent, and that's another one that knows Jim Schwartz is the wide nine defense. Another guy that I like in free agency is Sheldon Rankins from the New York Jets. Don't think the Jets are going to bring him back. That's pretty much what I've been reading. Dude, he's been in the league 6 years. He's had 43 tackles this past season, 3 sacks. He's great against the run. He's with 19th best defensive tackle this past season. He's going to be looking around the range anywhere from $5 to $7 million a year. I'm pushing more towards 7. That's a guy. Like I said, he's been in the league. He's solid. He's had a great career as of right now. Again, he's great against the run, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for defensive tackles that are good against the run, because that was, as we all know as Browns fans, what we watched last year. We were having backups and third stringers having 100-yard games on our defense, and that is not acceptable by any means. It was embarrassing. I mean, it was just so embarrassing to watch. And with this, and this guy, Sheldon Rankins, he's graded high against the run, and that's a dude I would love to see in the brown and orange. My next defensive tackle, he's a non-starter, all right, but he grades out as a starting defensive tackle in this league. For the Kansas City Chiefs, Kalen Saunders, this dude had 48 tackles, 3.5 sacks, great against the run. Another one that graded very well against the run this past season. He was coming off the bench as a rotational guy, and he's got some solid numbers for coming off the bench. He's looking, in the ballpark again, 6 to 7 million. Which here's the thing: it depends on what the Browns do in free agency with bringing in a defensive tackle. If they decide to bring in a Darian Payne or a Javon Hargrave, where you're going to be spending anywhere from 15 to 20 million a year, then you're not going to be bringing in, crazy free agents. You're just not, because the Browns do not have that type of money. But now, what I would like to see the Browns do, I would rather see them not spend that type of money and bring in Sheldon Rankins and a Kalen Saunders that want 5 to 7 million a year, which is, I think, you're getting more quantity, still going to be cheaper. And, if these type of players are asking for more, throw some incentives in there if you have to. But I think that is the way to go. I don't think we should bring in a Darian Payne or a Javon Hargrave. I think we should bring in like a Larry Ogunjobi with a Sheldon Rankins or with a Kellen Saunders, something of that nature. Because anything from what I have just mentioned is a huge upgrade from what we seen last year. So that's the way I would go. I would like to hear what you have to say in the comments down below. What do you think the Browns should do to shore up this defensive tackle room? Do you think they should bring in that high-priced guy? Or do you think they should bring in some guys in the $7 million range where you could bring in 2 defensive tackles for the price of 1 as a $15, $20 million guy? Now, I got a couple other guys here. I got another defensive tackle I do not know too much about, so I haven't had much time to read about him. But from what I did read about him, a little paragraph of what I read, Poona Ford from the Seattle Seahawks had a solid season. From what I read, Seahawks might try to re-sign him, but if not, he'd be a huge addition to the Cleveland Browns. He's been projected to go to Cleveland if he doesn't get re-signed. So I don't know too much about him. I'm going to have to try to look into him a little bit more. Another guy I have, he's not a defensive tackle, but he's still on the defensive side of the ball. Safety from the Kansas City Chiefs, Juan Thornhill. I wanted to draft this guy in 2019. I thought he was a stud. He's a safety, depending on what we do with John Johnson or whatnot. I mean, we still have to bring in another safety via draft or free agency, but this is a guy that's not going to break the bank. He's looking for a 2-year deal, 11 mil, somewhere in that ballpark, 2-year, 10 mil. He's had very productive seasons with the Kansas City Chiefs. He knows what winning is. I think that would be a solid plug and play right there. So we'll see. But last guy I got here on my list is Hayden Hurst. A solid tight end. He would be great, I think, a depth guy for the Cleveland Browns. I think him behind David Njoku, because the kid we drafted, Harrison, he just hasn't lived up to what I wanted him to be. So I think Hayden Hurst would be a solid addition. He's got a little injury issues going on the last year or two of his career. But, again, he'd be a great depth guy behind David Njoku. Let me know, guys, down in the comments below if you agree, disagree with what we've talked about this morning. Or if you'd like to add something, let me know in the comments down below. I'll be back very soon with another video. Again, guys, I'm going to get this out. Got to get back to work. Everybody have a great day. Again, if you're new, please subscribe to the channel. New channel here. Can't do it without you. So please hit that like, hit that subscribe. Everybody have a great day. God bless. And you already know, baby. Go Browns!